We begin with an event that happened just a few short days ago and caught all of our attention.
Somebody just got
4th of July night on Augusta's Riverwalk, a shooting right after the fireworks celebration had concluded. And Sheriff Richard Roundtree of Richmond County, Georgia, let's begin with that topic. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it, first of all.
Absolutely, Brad. I'm happy to have the opportunity to quell some of the concerns that the citizens have, so thank you for getting that topic out there.
I know that you've been pushing since that happened, that this is an incident, I don't want to say an isolated incident, but it's one of many incidents that happen in our community all the time. Let's not hate downtown Augusta because of that, right?
Absolutely, and that is the message. You know, we had almost 15,000 people throughout the concourse of Riverwalk and Broad Street and the downtown events. And you have two individuals who engaged themselves in a verbal altercation where one decided to do something incredibly stupid and produce a handgun, which in change started the other to produce a handgun, and they started gunfiring amongst themselves. But that incident could happen anywhere in Augusta. It was just one isolated incident of two individuals who did something incredibly stupid, and it shouldn't tarnish that event or the safety of downtown. And what people need to take away from this particular incident is, no matter how chaotic it was, and the people who were involved and the people who witnessed it, and I know they have some emotional stress about it, but the only individuals who were seriously hurt in this incident is the individual who started the altercation, and that is a blessing.
Have you heard, and I know it's so dangerous to ask this question because we record this means report on a Thursday, so it's late in the week now. Any leads on catching the second guy that was involved in that gun battle? We've caught the first one. What about the other guy?
That is our ongoing. As we speak today, as the filming of the show, we believe we've recovered what would be the gunsman weapon of the second gunman. His identity is still unknown, but we're doing now forensics on the weapon that was recovered. We're also doing an ATF trace to try to find the origin of that gun, and we're hoping that that's going to produce some additional leads to find out the origin of the weapon. What we're always trying to do is we know when we arrived on the scene, it was so chaotic that there were some witnesses there prior to the altercation that saw it escalating, and those are people we want to hear from. We've heard a lot from the people after the shooting, and everyone has their own take on it. But we're trying to piece together some of the incidents that happened right up until the weapons were produced, and hopefully that will lead us also in the direction of the second gunman.
Any way that we can do better or different when it comes to crowd control in Augusta? Well,
you know, we've done the Riverwalk incident events and the downtown incidents events. We've been doing them for several years now, and we do have security plans in place, and we think we have adequate security plans in place. Now, anytime you have any type of incident, and every year, even if you don't have an incident, we do an out briefing to see if anything we could have done better to enhance security measures. So we feel we had adequate force. We feel we have people in place. But again, officers responded. Were there within 30 seconds of the incident. So you can't get a better response time in that. So some of the things that we will be looking at in the future is, one, in that particular area, to try to be able to control the venue of the event a little bit better, because, you know, we have people scattered out from 10th Street all the way down to the boathouse.
It's true.
So that is a very large area to be able to cover, especially with so many egresses and ingresses into the area. So we'll be looking at that. Also, probably what we will do is we probably employ additional plainclothes officers at the next events, that they can mix and mingle amongst the crowd a little easier. But again, when you're talking about 15,000 people in that concentrated area, you know, it's only so much you can do. But we're doing everything we possibly can. And again, I don't think you could have a faster response time than less than 30 seconds. So officers were right there. And we train for that, and we're going to continue to train for those type of incidents.
Let's take a look at the crimes that have been going on in West Augusta, particularly the Somerville area, the Hill area, everything from people breaking into a car to somebody breaking into a man's home and beating him up. Any progress on catching all the people involved in that? Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, and pretty much what happens is, when you have a burglar in a particular area, it's usually an individual or a certain group of individuals who's targeting one particular area. And I tell my guys all the time, a burglar doesn't stop until he's caught. So fortunately, we got in a break in that and caught individuals who are responsible for several of those incidents, and we're now piecing together to see how many incidents we can tie to this particular individual. And you can see, as of airtime, that those incidents have decreased tremendously since this person has been taken into custody. So that's what we have to understand, that these criminals, once they get in a particular area, and that's why we try to focus so much, they go into a pattern, and if it keep working for them, they're going to keep doing that same pattern. And that's why it's important for the citizens to report everything to us, even if it's a minor incident. Some people was reporting later that their shed had been went through, but they never reported it,
right.
Or someone had went through their backyard, left the gate open, and they never thought anything about it. That's why it's important to let law enforcement know about these small things, because it very well be connected to a larger pattern that individuals don't see, but our intelligence units can detect those patterns, and hopefully we can stop some of those break-ins before they get to the level in which they were in that area.
Sheriff, you're just coming off of a meeting with Mayor Davis and leaders and pastors in South Augusta. What can you say to our South Augusta viewers about their safety?
I tell people, overall numbers in Augusta, and we have upticks in gun violence. That's why we started our initiatives. But overall, since we've taken off in 2012, our numbers are still down across the board. People see the shootings, they see the particular news events that pop out, but those are not compared to cities our size. And people have to understand, we're the second largest city in the state of Georgia. We're not going to eradicate crime. Our job is to reduce crime to a level where the safety, if people feel safe in an environment. So we're trying to fight a perception problem, because our numbers are steadily improving over the years as far as crime reduction. We're doing a great job at crime reduction. I think it's a branding problem where people take to social media or go to other outlets and now come up with these perceptions and say, my city's not safe and I never do this again. And when the numbers just don't justify that.
What about your efforts to reach young people, keep them on the right track? They're all out of school right now. Your thoughts on the Sheriff's Office efforts to connect with them?
Oh, absolutely. Since we've been in office, we're also going to do our summer camps, which is free. We're doing it at Jamestown in South Augusta this year. We try to spread it out as a free camp to kids to interact. We're going to do our burgers and shakes again in South Augusta. So, and these are free events that we're getting people to come out and interact with law enforcement. Like, that has been our main goal since we've been in office. Is to interact with people, especially the young kids, to see them not just when something tragic happens and the police arrive at your door. Right. That's the police officer when you're playing in your yard, or you walk into the store with your friends, or you're standing in the corner and you're just having that conversation with them. So we have been encouraging our deputies to start having conversations, especially with young kids, and you could see the reaction in these kids. And we have tours during the summer of the sheriff's office, and groups of kids come down to the sheriff's office, and then we talk to them and they see the interactions and we meet them. So we're doing a lot of things to connect, and we just want the people to understand, the citizens to understand, that there are avenues out there for them to interact with their law enforcement officers, and just call down our office, ask for our community service division, and if you have an event that you want us to try to partner with, that's what our sheriff's office do. We don't want us to be just looked upon as a law enforcement agency. We're a community partner in this area, and that's why we're starting to see good improvement within our community.
Let me ask you about Scott Peebles. We're seeing that he's going to follow Ramon Lampkin to his new job at the Marshal's office and work with Marshal Lampkin. Let me ask you your feelings on his departure when you all were both running for sheriff. And I've told a lot of people this. I watched you on this set of the Means Report, and I walked away from that interview realizing these two guys are running for sheriff, but they're friends. So how do you feel about your friend leaving?
Well, we had a very lengthy we had several conversations when he was considering it, and then when he decided to take the opportunity. But see, I tell everybody on my command staff, I tell them it's my job to try to get them the leadership experience so that they one day can be a head of an agency, to be a leader. So I encourage that. They should go out. Now, I don't want to be the head of my agency, but I want to be a head of,
something else.
Of their own agency. So I encourage each one of them, and then we send them back to school and provide educational processes for them. So when these chief of police jobs come up, with these executive level law enforcement opportunities to come up, we think is great for Richmond County to see that one of our own is accelerating to a point where they are furthering their career. So, I wish him and Lieutenant Lampkin all the best. And as the sheriff's office working within the same community, we're going to provide all the support services, we possibly can to that. So to us, it makes us look good. It's almost, even though I'm slightly older than Scott, it's almost like the proud parent when the child comes up and gets a very good job, and you want to be excited about those two that's coming up. So we're excited about it. And then the next generation of leaders that are going to take their place, they're excited about it. So we're building future leaders for this community, because I can't sit in the seat forever. So
well, we appreciate your taking the time to be with us today. We've covered a lot of issues in a very short time, as we always do, And we'll hook up with you again as the re-election campaign gets up in full swing in the fall. And thank you for all you do.
Thank you. We're looking forward to getting out and meeting the citizens again.
Absolutely. Sheriff Richard Roundtree of Richmond County, Georgia, we're grateful for his time.